to Married to the Hustle, the podcast where love, faith, and business come together.
I'm Jessica, and with me is my partner in life and business, Alex. Together, we're diving into the wild world of entrepreneurial couples.
Each week, we'll bring you real stories, hilarious moments, and valuable insights from couples who are building businesses and rocking their relationships. Talk about living the dream.
Or surviving the nightmare.
So buckle up and get ready for a fun ride with Married to the Hustle.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm so excited. You know, I'm so excited in every episode. I'm just saying. But
Yeah.
we're going to share
I think we
today.
both are, Jessica.
We're going to be sharing today on lessons learned and our biggest mistakes and successes in our business. And, you know, in order to kind of set that conversation up, one of the things that we've been doing in our business is a monthly debrief. And the monthly debrief really helps you reflect on your business, because the reality is that everybody talks about, let's start a business, let's do this, let's do that other thing. But you don't really take the time to realize how much work goes into building a business and building a dream business nonetheless, right? So what does it take in order for you to be able to do all these things? And one of the things that it takes is really to be able to reflect on a monthly basis, because what happens is many people do an annual plan or they do a vision board and they put something together a whole year out and they never look at it again. So a monthly debrief gives you the ability to reflect back on the previous month, not 6 months from today, right? But the previous month, and just identify 3 things: what worked, what didn't, and what can we do different in the business moving forward. And so, Alex, when we implemented that in the business, tell me a little bit about how you felt those debriefs were.
Those debriefs are great. I look forward to them only because I get to see Jessica's point of view and our team's point of view on the wins we've had as a business, as a family, and things we can improve on. For me, they're measurable things that happen in the business that help you get to the next step or correct your actions in order to continue forward.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And so with that said, we want to talk about, you know, some of the mistakes and the successes, like I said, and Alex, why don't you start us out? I know that one of the mistakes that you had written down was waiting to hire employees. So I can't wait for you to expand on that.
Oh yeah. Waiting to hire for employees, because when we started the business, when I came to you and I told you, well, you know, let's do this. We started a service-based business. I didn't know how labor, it's tough. It's manual labor. You're out there every day, and you get to a point where you have to be able to have the capacity to take on more clients, right? You want to grow your business. You want to be able to provide for others, right? To serve others. And how do you go about that? You can't go nowhere by yourself. I've learned that, right? We've learned that in the business. And when we started, you know, doing more of what we do behind the scenes, we started getting some calls, and, you know, we were blessed with getting some really, really decent contracts. And at that point, you know, you want to hire, you have to hire the right people. You have to hire the people that are aligned with the vision of the company, right? The core values of the company, and not waiting to the last minute to hire. And I found myself, when we were taking on new clients, man, I wish I had somebody here that was with me, helping me, right? When we landed our first bigger account, I mean, I was working at 6 hours a day, right? Until, you know, we found somebody, we trained them up and showed them, you know, the expectations of the customer. And that's where we started. Okay, this is what we're looking for in someone, and being able to grow in that aspect of the business. And then once you have the capacity, right, you have the team members, then it all comes down to systems, right? And if you remember that conversation when I walked in with you, I said, okay, we're in a point in our business where we need systems. And what do you respond to that, Jessica?
I asked you which ones.
Right.
And so it was such a funny conversation, because he kept telling me we needed systems. And to give you a little background, guys, you know, Alex worked for different businesses. He worked for his last position. He was in management for a concrete company here in Central Florida. And so I was in banking my entire life. So you talk to me about systems, I'll tell you how to count a box, how to, write up an employee. I'll tell you how to identify counterfeit, right? Like that for me, those were the systems for me. And so he comes in talking about systems for the janitorial industry. I was like, okay, which ones? You tell me which ones and I'll make it happen. Cause I'm a systems and operations girl. So I'll do it. You just have to tell me which one. It turns out that Alex didn't even know what systems we needed. Right. Because the reality was that this was new for us. Alex has never built a janitorial company from scratch, and neither have I. And we had franchise experience, but most of the things, with the franchise, they're already given to you. They give you a lot of the fundamentals. And so I wasn't really sure what it is that we needed to do. And so because we didn't know which ones, that kind of forced us to really do some research and dig deeper into the janitorial industry. More Alex than anything else, because he knows that I'm a doer. So you just give it to me and it's going to get done. And whereas, we needed to identify what were the most important ones, and knowing also that systems never end. You're always going to have to find another system for something different, because if your business is growing, so are your systems and your processes. And so that research took a long time for us to figure out. And that leads me to the next mistake, which was on hiring a coach, and hiring a coach for multiple things, right? Understanding the janitorial industry. That was fun. And we've had coaches in different ways, whether it's been group coaching, whether it's been in a membership, whether it's one-on-one. We've had experiences with different coaches. And me being a coach myself, I'm a huge proponent of definitely having a mentor or a coach. And so one of the biggest mistakes was not hiring a coach ahead of time, just relying on YouTube and Google. And, Alex has always been a YouTube type of guy. We need to fix something. Let's look it up on YouTube. And so that's how we were really starting out the janitorial business. And so Alex, why don't you expand a little bit more on that mistake of not hiring a coach early on? Because I know that really impacted the growth in the business in the very beginning.
Oh, yeah. Me being a man, right? You always think, oh yeah, I have the answers. If not, I'll find out, right? I'll do a Google search. But when it comes to a business where I still think to this day, we're 6 years in, and I still believe that we're still new at this, right? We're still learning. Like you said, the systems of the business, even though we have some in place, but we still need to go back and tweak it up a little bit. Finding someone that's aligned with you, that holds you accountable, because I think for me, that's what a coach should do, is hold you accountable. Mm-hmm. Hey, Alex, you need to get this done, and I expect you should have it to me by the next time we meet. And I think that's where I started seeing the progress, right? Mm-hmm. Learning more about the business, how others are doing it, what works best for us as a business, as a family-owned business, right? So coaching is very important.
I completely agree with you. And not only that, for couples who are building a business together, trust me, you guys, you want a coach, because it is very, very difficult to hold your spouse accountable, or for your spouse to hold you accountable. Yeah. As much as I want Alex to hold me accountable, when he does, I'm like, he ain't my boss.
Right. Who are you?
Yeah. And then to him, it's like, you and my mother. Right. And exactly. so when you have a coach, hiring a coach, this is a third party that is not necessarily related to the business. They're getting to know you. They're getting to know your business, and they have an objective view to be able to help guide you and coach you through that process. And I'll add one more thing before we switch gears, but the cool part of hiring a coach is that you can hire a coach based on where you are.
Right.
If you're struggling with mindset, get yourself a mindset coach. Mm-hmm. If you're struggling with systems, get yourself a business coach or a business consultant that can help you through that, especially if they're industry related. Mm-hmm. If you're struggling with leadership, get yourself a leadership coach, an executive coach. And so there's a huge difference in the coaches that you hire, because we're not all cut the same. The coaching industry has developed a really bad rap, on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody suddenly is a business coach. Everybody suddenly is a life coach. And then what happens is there's a lot of people out there, they're not really niched down into a specific industry or into a specific way of coaching or a specific type of client or ideal audience. And so when it comes to hiring a coach, you can't just hire any coach. So not hiring, the first person that you interview or the first person that sounds like they can take you from A to Z. Definitely take your time to interview and to hire the right fit, not only for yourself, but also for your business. And I know I said I was going to expand a little bit on that, but I'll say one more thing. Mm-hmm. Because I'm a coach, I was always looking for coaches for Alex. And guess what? Right. It wasn't about what I thought. It was about the right fit for him. Right. And when he has hired his own coaches, he definitely has had different results that when I've been, you should hire this one and you should hire the other one, because the way I work with a coach is very different than the way that Alex works with a coach. And so hiring a coach that you expect them to work for both of you is very rare. Not that they're not out there. They definitely are, but it's very rare for you to find a coach that can be in alignment with both of you. And so that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about on not hiring a coach.
Right. That's very important, especially as number one, as your business is growing, right? And then how much do you really want your business to grow? You can't do it alone. Right?
Absolutely.
So that plays a crucial part in any business.
Absolutely. Right? And the impact that it has also, like on customer service, right? So one of the successes that we wanted to share was our customer service responsiveness. But when you don't have the right coach in place and you don't have the right mindset, it's like a domino effect, right? Your customer service is one of the first things that really starts to to be impacted. And one of the things that we noticed in the last few years, especially, is that our clients love our responsiveness.
Correct.
They love that, we don't do things perfectly, guys. We get complaints all the time. We had one today. You know what I mean? And so it's what we do with that complaint that really turns the relationship around.
Correct.
And so I think it's really powerful to have some of your pillars and some of the things that, what is important to you in your business that you can identify and run after that. And whether you're, your SLAs, your service level agreements for customer service are to respond within 24 hours or within 1 hour, whatever the case may be. Make sure that you're all in alignment, not just you and your spouse if you're running a business together, but also you and your team, that everyone knows that is the expectation. And, there are times that we're not in the office and, whoever answers the phone, they'll send us a quick message inside of our community group. And if we can't respond right away, they usually call them back and say, hey, just wanted to let you know, I passed along the message to Alex or to Jessica and, she said this, or she's going to follow up with you by the end of the business day or whatever the case may be. Right. But make sure that everyone is on the same page when it comes to the responsiveness for your customers.
Absolutely.
Because that has a lot to do. It does impact your reputation.
Right. And I've heard this somewhere and I don't remember, but it always stuck to me, and that's why I'm very big on responding to customers, is I heard you're a phone call away from losing a customer. Right?
Absolutely.
So when a customer reaches out to you, you need to, this is what was providing not only income, but it's providing also to your team who works with you, right? So don't let that phone call get away where you're not responsive.
Absolutely.
Right? Always answer the call and see, where can I serve you? What did we do wrong? If we did something wrong, or I got a phone call the other day. Hey, Alex, I want to know if you're taking on new clients, right? And these are referrals. Why are they referrals? Why do we get referrals? Because number one, the customer service, right? We're able to switch things around to meet their expectations, or if they have something special going on. Hey, can you guys? Absolutely. We got it. We'll take care of it. Right. Being responsive, answering the call. And he called me up and said, hey, I have a customer that they're looking for service. Can you take on more? Absolutely. Where can I call? 2 days later, I got a phone call, did the walkthrough. The walkthrough went great. That was a referral due to customer service. Right. And then with customer service, what helps us in our business is where we implement the softwares, right? Like we have a software that we use that's particularly just for janitorial services. The CRMs, right? Keeping in touch with our customers, right? Letting them know what's happening in our business, or where can we serve them more, or letting them know additional services that maybe we can help them out with as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. And the CRM also helps you track conversations, right? From one conversation to another. You can go back and look at the history. I can't even begin to tell you how many times, a business changed ownership and we didn't have a CRM in the beginning. And so we had to find the conversation through thousands of emails to see when was it that we, responded to them. What did we tell them exactly so that they don't change our words? Where is the proposal? Let's look through the email with the attachment and, not having the right software or systems in place when it came to tracking customer service. But it was other things too, right? Like, we invested in QuickBooks from the moment the business started. You don't know how many times I speak to entrepreneurs and they're like, yeah, I do my bookkeeping by hand. No, invest in QuickBooks. Please do yourself a favor. Keep you legal, keeps you having your books black and white and having everything in order. But also one of our biggest investments in software also was our human resource management system. And our human resource management system was one of the best. We did some research. It took us some time. And the best part is that they're growing with us. And as our team is growing, so are their features, so are their services, and the responsiveness, the tracking of candidates, just everything when it comes to our HR part of the business, everything is just flowing so smoothly. And it's just such a nice thing to have when it comes to investing in software.
Right.
And think about it this way too, guys. Sometimes those investments, they're a one-time investment. Some are recurring, but some of them are one time, and you get to see that on the P&L and be like, we spent how much this year on software?
Right. What are you guys doing? Right. But I mean, let's just be realistic, right? No business can run without these things, right? Like the CRMs, the janitorial software that we use, I mean, you've known, Jessica, how many softwares have I tried? And I was like, we can't do this and we can't do that. Let's start looking for another one. And we finally landed one that right now it's pretty aligned to where we're trying to get, right?
Yeah.
And our team loves it because we can communicate with them through there. If something happens at a job site, they can take pictures, add the issue with a customer. It's things like that kind of, it feels fun to have. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. And we're very fortunate for that.
For sure. Sure. And I would say another success of ours on the business has been our team meetings. We started to implement team meetings. I don't even remember, probably 2 years into our business, probably before that, actually. I remember we met at Chili's, we met at Panera Bread when we didn't have an office because we were working from home. But even when we had our first team meeting, when we moved into our brick and mortar, which was a labor of love, by the way, we had to do some improvements in the office. And at the time we couldn't afford to hire nobody. So we did it all ourselves. Right. We committed to never paint again after that one. But anyway, the cool part was having team meetings. It was an opportunity to bring the team together and it, not just a team meeting, just to have a team meeting. We were able to share updates in the company. We were able to share, what we're hearing from our customers. What issues are we having in the field, training opportunities, but most importantly, recognition. And the team really loves the recognition, and it's an opportunity to have some lunch too and, kind of break bread together. And so that was really important to us. And in addition to that part, of recognition was having it consistently. Mm-hmm. And so there's nothing worse than canceling a meeting when the team is actually expecting to coming to meet you in person because they haven't seen you in a month or whatever the case may be. Because, the team is stretched out between 5 counties.
Right.
And so what else would you add to that, Alex, in regards to the team meetings?
And the team meetings, I love the team meetings because it gives us the chance to see everyone, right? I still remember one of the first last year that we did the very first meeting of the year, we did vision boards with our team, and that was so much fun. They really enjoyed it. And I usually open up the conversation like, what's your goal for this year? And to see them doing the vision boards, and I follow up with them. So how's the year going? And the other day, as a matter of fact, I was out on one of the accounts, and I spoke to one of the girls there, and I said, so what's going on this year for you? And I got goosebumps because she says, well, you remember the vision board we had the beginning of this year? I put down that I want to be a home buyer. So she wants to buy her first home. Mm-hmm. So I kind of follow up with her, and I said, so how's that going? And she goes, you're not going to believe we're in the process of owning our first home. And it gave me goosebumps, right? To be able to hear the stories, right? What we want and what are we doing about it, right? Being consistent, right? Mm-hmm. Consistently, this is what I want. This is how I'm going to get there, and let's do it, right? And I always like to be that support shoulder, right? Let me hold you accountable, I guess, And Jessica, you know about that a lot, because I tell you some of my goals, mm-hmm. and then you tell me, what do you think? Well, what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it? Right?
Yeah. And that's the cool part of having the team together, because you get to learn what they want, what they're working towards, what their dreams are. And the other part is meeting new employees, because there are employees that don't work together at all whatsoever. They don't see each other at all until they come to the team meetings. Mm-hmm. And in addition to team meetings, I'll even say this. Last year is when we started, the year before, probably about 2 years ago, we started to do team outings.
Yep.
So in addition to the team meetings, we were also doing team outings, and that was so fun. We went bowling. We went to, play golf. And, we've done so many things. We've done things for Mother's Day, for Father's Day,
right.
Mother's Day.
I got to cook for everyone. Remember that?
That is correct. We did a employee barbecue, a team barbecue. Actually, this year we have another team barbecue over the summer, and the team loves that because they get to bring their family and, enjoy. And like I said, break bread together and just have fun. And it's just an opportunity for everyone to just relax and just do something different. Right. And so that's definitely been one of the successes that we've had in our business.
Right. And this time around, you get to cook, right, Jessica?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'll probably order it. Probably cater. Yeah. Listen, guys, I know how to cook. He be talking crap. I know how to cook. I just don't do it often. We're empty nesters, so there is no need for us to be cooking all the time. Okay.
Well, in our house, we have a deal. I cook, she washes the dishes, right?
That's correct.
Right.
And then when I cook, he doesn't wash the dishes. So
no, I do. I help out. But,
he does. Most times, sometimes.
Yeah.
So there you guys have it. So some of our mistakes, some of our successes, maybe a couple of chuckles too. But what about you guys? Are you guys taking the time to debrief on what's working and what's not working in your business? I'd love to hear more about what's happening in your worlds, because the reality is that we're lost in this hustle and bustle, right? Of being in a relationship, raising a family, raising a business, raising the team that we have, because, at the end of the day, we are providing for all of these families, right? So what does it look like in your world to know what's working and what's not working in your business? And in the same token, really embracing the relationship that you guys have, to help you continue to build a business together.
Love that.
And so that was our episode today. We are wrapping up today. We look forward to sharing with you guys on a future episode. And I cannot wait to hear your feedback on what your takeaway was on this podcast.
Right. Till next time, guys. Keep the hustling.
Keep the hustling. Yeah. I'll talk to you guys. Take care.
Take care.
3, 2, 1, yeah!
That wraps up another episode of Married to the Hustle. We hope you enjoyed today's show and found some inspiration and practical tips to apply to your own business journey.
We love hearing from you, our amazing listeners. If you have any stories, questions, or tips to share, connect with us on social media or send us an email. Your input makes this podcast even better.
And don't forget to subscribe to Married to the Hustle on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. It really helps us grow and reach more entrepreneurial couples like you.
Join us next week for more exciting stories, insightful interviews, and valuable advice. Until then, keep hustling, keep thriving, and keep loving what you do.
Thanks for tuning in and happy hustling.